Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL Trade, and in this video we're going to be going through some transfer plans ahead of game week 32. Now, hopefully these turn out better than the last game week because, I've had an absolute stinker there, and obviously, if anybody knows, I probably don't, but I sold Foden the other game week and he's just scored an hat-trick, so yeah, I'm not having the best time in FPL right now at all. But anyways, let's go through. So let's talk about the ones I recommended before. And yeah, stinker, let's just say that. So I recommend getting rid of, first of all, Udogie. Now, I did say West Ham Derby, it's going to be a difficult game. It was a difficult game, and of course, it ended with a 1-1 draw. The exact same as the Wolves-Burnley game. I did not see that, really. I did expect Wolves to keep a clean sheet. And the fact that Semedo then also got a yellow card on top of that, just made it a lot worse. So yeah, that didn't work out. Frustrating thing is though, if you did get Nori, who I recommended a few weeks ago, he obviously scored in that game, so he would have got you 8 points. So, yeah, it was right team, possibly it was just the wrong player, but yeah, that was frustrating. So that one was definitely an out. James Madison out for Mbumo. I did say this was going to be a big gamble just because I don't know yet if he was going to start. Obviously, he didn't start the first 2 games he came back. He didn't start again for Brentford against Brighton, so he only came away with 1 point there, so that was a stinker. But, I was kind of right with James Madison, though. He's getting subbed off early. I don't know if it's because there's so many games that at the minute he just wants to bring him off early. Don't want to get him injured again. But, yeah, he went off again, this time in the 69th minute. I don't think he's got past 70th minute for quite some time now. So, yeah, I was right in getting rid of him. It's just the wrong player. I should have said Phil Foden. So, yeah, that one was a disaster. But the last one worked out. So, obviously, Ollie Watkins is out injured. Don't know for how long. He might be back for the weekend from the sounds of it. But he didn't play against Man City. Lucky him, because obviously they got battered. But, Isak smashed it. 8 points, got a goal. Very unfortunate not to get 2 goals, really. But, yeah, 8 goals. 8 goals. Imagine if you got 8 goals. 8 points, so 1 out of 3 recommendations. Yeah, at least I got 1 right. But, yeah, at the moment, my recommendations haven't been amazing. But, yeah, at least Isak one's right. Like I said, though, strikers, there's not many out there. But, yeah, Isak, guy in form at the minute. Disappointing with obviously Semedo, and obviously Mbumo was a gamble, but yeah, hopefully these next few are a lot better. So then with the first transfer I've got on here, it's taken out Konza for Dizazi. Now, when it comes to the defensive change, it was quite difficult for me to come up with who exactly I should go for, because I could have mentioned obviously a Spurs defender, but I mentioned them recently, and SP now, who I've mentioned several times about getting rid of. So I figured I'll go a bit different here and go for Konza, but really this is representing any Aston Villa defender that you own, because I know not many people own Konza, but because he's the most talked about defender, i.e. people want him to go to England, or pundits do anyway, then I figured I'd bring this guy in. And obviously he did score the other week, which was, a fluke goal, but I don't see him scoring any goals anytime soon. But the fact is, his fixtures aren't exactly the easiest. So Brentford at home, they can win, but I think Brentford will score. Arsenal, I don't think they'll win that one. I think Arsenal will score. Same with Bournemouth. They could win that one, but Bournemouth are quite capable of scoring that game. And then they've also got another home game, Chelsea. So they do have 3 home games out of the next 4. But I can see that all 3 of those teams playing against them scoring. So I figured maybe just get rid of the Aston Villa defenders. I'm not quite sure they're going to really do very well from now to the end of the season, if I'm being honest. I don't know, I've just got that feeling. I think they'll drop off. But the replacement, Dizazi, he's got Sheffield United away next game. That is a must-have for it. You have to have a Chelsea defender for that game, because I think Chelsea will keep a clean sheet there. And then they've got Everton at home in 33 as well. So 2 great fixtures coming up. I think that's pretty much a 12 pointer there, providing obviously Chelsea do step up finally. But yeah, I've got Dizazi in here because he's the most consistent starter for Chelsea for me. He has scored a couple of goals recently as well, so I do think it's worth going for a Chelsea defender. If you don't want to go for Dizazi, that's fine, but go for a Chelsea defender for these next 2 fixtures. Obviously 34 is not great, it's Arsenal, so you can even leave him on the bench there, but then he does have Villa away, which is not exactly the easiest game as well. So obviously if you're going to be free hitting a 34, you won't have him for 34. For 35, you can just put him on the bench, or if you're going to wildcard, then you can take him out then as well. So there are options there, but I think for game weeks 32 and 33, you have to have a Chelsea defender and go and target those fixtures. So in my midfield changing here, I've got Eze out for Havertz. Now, I could look really foolish here because Eze nearly scored well, technically he did score the other night, but it was just ruled off for offside. So if that did count, I would look like a right tip. But it didn't count, so I'm going to stick with my choice and recommend get rid of Eze. Or if you haven't got him, don't buy him just yet. Because his next 2 game weeks, it's Man City and Liverpool. Is he going to be getting any chances against those 2 teams? I just can't see it. I mean, he might do, but I just can't see him scoring or getting any assists in those 2 games. Crystal Palace aren't exactly amazing attackingly anyway, so yeah, I just don't see it. So I'll definitely hold off until game week 34, where he's got obviously 2 home fixtures against both West Ham and Newcastle, and then he's got Fulham away in 35. That is when I'll attack and go for Eze. Don't get him yet. If you have got him, just get rid of him for now, because getting somebody like Havertz, now Havertz, I mean, he got the assist the other night, which just shows you how good he's doing this season. I mean, it doesn't really show you, but basically, this guy's got 8 goals and 6 assists in 22 games this season. That is much better than what you all expected. I think he's done so much better at Arsenal than he did at Chelsea. So yeah, Arsenal obviously one of the top teams in the Premier League at the moment. Definitely somebody to look at. We all want to get 3 Arsenal players in at the moment. Obviously, most people have got Saka and one of the centre-backs in Saliba or Gabriel. So what third player to go for? Well, Martinelli, not exactly fit right now. Odegaard's not exactly lighting the world up. Kai Havertz, much cheaper option. He's got Brighton next game at home. That's a nice fixture to have. Then he's got the likes of Aston Villa, who, just leaked him 4 goals against Man City. So obviously that high line really does, kill Villa off. So I think Arsenal could get a few goals there. Then they've got that nice double game week with West Ham. It's Wolves and Chelsea. And then obviously they do have that tough game in game week 34. But, we all say about Spurs, they love to attack, but they forget about defending. So yeah, I really do think, Kai Havertz will be a great option in the next few weeks. So the final change in it is actually a goalkeeping change, not a forward change. Just because, there's not many forward options really to talk about, let's be honest. And I've spoken about the ones most recently. Isak, Darwin, Núñez, Solanke, Watkins, Tony, Haaland. Spoken about them. I'm just going to be repeating myself again and again. There's no real other options really when you're looking at it to go for. I mean, yeah, Højlund's nice, but his fixtures, there's better fixtures for better players. So yeah, there's not a lot out there. So let's talk about goalkeeping change, because let's face it, a lot of people have Areola in their team, and he's out at the moment with a groin injury, which is unfortunate because his next 3 fixtures aren't exactly the worst in the world: Wolves, Fulham and Crystal Palace. Then in game week 37 he would have had Luton. Now, he might be fit by then, but we don't know the situation. Obviously, it still says unknown return date on the FPL site. I've not looked into too much. I'm not seeing if David Moyes has spoken about it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, if you've got Areola and if you've got Dubravka, man, I would get rid of both those goalkeepers. I own them both, and I'm frustrated I've got them both. But obviously, most people are going to be like wildcarding around about now. So yeah, if you got both those goalkeepers, get them out your teams. I've got Areola, and if you got 2 free transfers and you're not going to be wildcarding, I definitely would just recommend cutting your losses now with Areola, because I mean, he's not exactly been setting the world alight, should I say, for some time now. He now and again he does bursts of like a 12-pointer, which is great, but the fact that he's injured now, there's just no point, keeping him in your team. So the replacement, anyway, I've got on here is Sarr. Now, I was kind of hoping he was going to keep a clean sheet the other night, just to make me look so, clever and that. But the fact that, they did concede, I mean, it was surprising because it was Burnley. But I guess Turf Moor, Wolves were away. You kind of can let them off, I guess. But I still expected Wolves to have kept a clean sheet, to be honest. But that didn't happen, so I don't look as clever now as I imagined I would. But anyway, so yeah, Sarr, I mean, we all know what a fantastic goalkeeper is. He absolutely smashes it year after year after year. Gets all those points in for you. His fixtures for the next few weeks aren't exactly too bad, really, when you look at it. I mean, he's got West Ham at home in game week 32. So, home fixture. But hopefully that'll be an advantage there for Wolves. Then he's away to Forest. Now, obviously, away to Forest is a little bit trickier, especially with the fact that they've just won the other night. Then they've got the double game week in 34, which is nice. Again, Both of those fixtures are going to be at home, which is, you know, an added bonus. Yeah, I know one of them's Arsenal, but hopefully, you know, Arsenal pepper him with shots. He just keeps saving, and then you get a load of bonus points on top of that. And then obviously, then he'll have the Bournemouth home game, and then he's got another home fixture to Luton. So nice set of fixtures for him, you've got to say. So, and obviously, like I said before, he has smashed it in the past. I mean, clean sheets have been shocking this season. Like, all teams have been bad, apart from Arsenal. All teams have been just shocking, really. So, 4 clean sheets in 28 games isn't exactly the best. But these fixtures are pretty decent. I mean, I know it's a little bit more expensive than, obviously, Areola and the Bradford. But, you know, if you want to, you know, it's end of the season, you want to go something different, why not go for starting goal? So, that is it then for this video. Those are the transfers that I'm recommending. I mean, yeah, hopefully they turn out a bit better than the last ones that I recommended, but, you know, you never know. But yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of these transfers that I've recommended, and, you know, let me know who you're thinking about bringing in. Please, as well, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.